Hey everybody, welcome to the Lotus Podcast. This is episode 3, and I'm Heather Weidner, here to give you some inspiration. So today's topic is the gift of elders in our world. And this topic was inspired today by my mom. Now, we lost her 6 years ago to cancer, but today would have been her 74th birthday. And I woke up thinking about her this morning. Of course, it's January 3rd, and it was always a day of celebration in our world because it was her birthday. And because she was born so close to Christmas and New Year's, it was always our goal to make her birthday feel extra special so it didn't get lost in the hustle and bustle of the holidays. So, of course, she was on my mind this morning, and she is probably one of my most influential elders. So I feel like I need to pay homage to her today and somehow in a roundabout way say thank you, Mom, for all that you taught me. Now I want to talk about elder. The term elder is a person of greater age than you, or a senior figure who is like the leader of a group or a tribe. So anyone in your family could be an elder, that anybody older, like a grandparent, a parent, an aunt, an uncle, somebody that you work with, a coworker who's older, or a neighbor. There are lots of different elders in our world if we stop and think about it. It's not something that you typically think about, age is age. Some people don't show their age. Maybe you don't even know the age of some of the elders in your world, and that's okay. It's not really a number thing. It's an experience thing. So I guess losing someone you love really makes you think about things, because once they're gone, you can't ask them questions. You can't get them back here, to have a conversation with. So this kind of triggered this whole conversation with you today and the gift of elders. And it started for me a long time ago. I became a nurse's aide when I was a teenager, and I worked at a local nursing home. I loved the job so much. I stayed there all through high school and into my early 20s, actually. And as a teenager, I started there, I needed some money for makeup and hairspray and, movies and new jeans or whatever. I don't know. Went into it with an attitude of, bringing home a paycheck. Well, was I shocked when I realized what I was going to gain in that position as a certified nurse's aide all those years ago. The knowledge and the wisdom and the patience and experience that came from those elderly people was amazing. There is no app out there that could teach me what I learned. There is no book big enough to encompass everything I gained and learned from them. It was a matter of me slowing down enough to understand what they were saying and tucking away the knowledge. And I like to call it nuggets of knowledge, because they were little chunks of things that they would say to me, these little nuggets of knowledge, and I kind of tucked them in my basket for a later date. Some of them didn't really apply at the time. I was a teenager, they were in their 70s, 80s, 90s. There was a really big generational gap. So I tucked away these things, and I have to say, over the course of my life, there were many times where I heard one of their quotes run through my head when I was in a situation, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that. I could try that. That might work, or whatever. And so many times I leaned upon that wisdom, that knowledge, that experience that they passed along. So it is super important to have that. Grandparents are always like oozing with loving wisdom. Aunts and uncles, they're kind of like the cooler version of our parents, and they're there for reassurance and advice and guidance and support. And of course, our parents, they trailblaze for us as children. They trailblaze for us and make a path for us. So we owe a lot of respect and gratitude to our elders, whoever that may be in your world. I know I still have a lot to learn. I am a middle-aged woman, and I am still collecting nuggets. I will never stop collecting nuggets. I hope that you're collecting nuggets too. And I want to speak to the group that may be at the other end of the spectrum. Perhaps you're older and you're in maybe your twilight years of life. So I understand that you might not have a huge circle of elder peers or elder family to lean on anymore. And that's just kind of how our world goes. It's the natural progression. But you have also earned the prestigious title of being an elder. So with that title comes this unspoken or unwritten obligation to share your nuggets of knowledge. I love that term. To share your nuggets of knowledge with the younger generations. So that might be, someone who's 20 years younger than you that lives down the street. That might be a grandchild who's, 55 years younger than you. Who knows? That could be another family member who just needs advice or guidance from someone who's been through it. So as an elder, it's your job now to pass along those nuggets of knowledge and make them accessible for the younger generations. So having said all that, as this tribute to my mom today, I want you to think about the elders in your world and really dig into some of the life lessons that they gave you, because a lot of it happens and you skim along life, you don't really think about it. But I am pretty sure if you sat down and even got a pen and a piece of paper and started writing names of people that influenced you, the elders in your life, I bet if you start writing their names down, something will trigger and you'll be able to associate a story or one of those nuggets of knowledge with them, something that they gave to you. So anyway, whether they're here on this earth with us or have passed on, they still deserve to be recognized and to be held in your heart today with a little bit of joy and gratitude. So having said all that, happy birthday in heaven, Mama. And I want you to go be the light, love, and be loved. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.